Today we're out here on the golf course and we're going to be testing out a really exciting product way before launch. So I'm lucky enough to be a Titleist ambassador player, team Titleist player, and so they've sent me some of the new SM9 wedges. So I've got a 50, 54 and 60 in the bag, which I'll be using all season. And today I thought we'd come and hit some shots and see what it's like. It's a nice windy day today, so I'll be able to hit a variety of shots, play some short game shots, some normal wedge shots as well. We're out here on Sherrington and I've hit a nice layup shot to about 80 yards short of the green, and so this is where we're going to start. A few ways to play this shot out here. I could use a 50, a chippy 50 end of the wind. I could use a foolish 54. I'm going to play it a few ways and just see what these wedges feel like. I thought the best place to test them was going to be on course rather than in the studio. So here they are. I'll put them all out just for now. Shiny new wedges. I've only hit these a few times in the range, so first time on the course, and they are looking nice. I've got all the custom stamping. Not that that matters massively to performance, but it just looks cool. So I'm going to play here. I'm going to play a little shot with my 50-degree wedge and see how we go. Okay, so I've got my 50 for this shot, 80 yards. It is into wind, it's a strong wind. So I'm hitting this to try and take the spin off it a little bit. I know these wedges create a nice amount of spin. So I've got the 08F grind bounce in this, so the lowest bounce 50. So we're going to see if we can play a small little shot in here. Not going to be a full one. We're just going to see how this feels. This is the first time I've hit this on grass. Come up a bit short, really windy, but I mean it felt so good. Took a nice divot. If you have a look at the divot, you can see it's just gone through the turf really nicely. I mean, I've hit like a 3/4 wedge there, 50, and it's still not got, that's how windy it is. But felt really nice. First shot, positive. Okay, so I want to just hit another shot here, just one more. Again, same distance. Just want to try and flight it a bit differently, see if we can get it up to that flag at 80 yards there. Again, it's such a strong wind, but I think we can get it back there. That's a better shot. Went a bit high, but really nice. I think it's up there at pin high. Yeah, felt so good through the turf. Really nice divot there, which I'm gonna repair. Always repair your divots out on the golf course. Doesn't take a minute to do. So I found myself greenside and just on the fringe, and okay, I've got a choice here. It's the SM9 video, so I'm sticking to SM9s. I might use something with less loft, maybe like an 8-iron, but I've got my 54, my 50. I'm going to choose 50 for this shot. Again, it's just a low bounce 50, so when you've got a tightish lie like this, for me it just feels like the leading edge sits nice and tight to the ground. And it's just, I just wanted to play a little shot, a little bump shot down here, just to get a bit of feedback for what it's like off the face for chipping. So I'm just going to set up my normal sort of narrow stance and just try and almost bump and run one down there with 50, just see how it feels. Yeah, really nice. Ooh, it was online. Again, just really nippy. Like when you hit that shot, it just feels like almost pinched off the turf. And although it's a bit wet out here, just because I've got the bounce set up right for me, it just nips and then it's released nicely down to the flag. I'm going to play another shot actually, because I want to just show you, what the 54's like and when we could play it. So 54, I've got this with a little bit more bounce. So 50 and 50 degree and 60 degree, I've got low bounce on them, mid to low. This has got a bit more, and it would be using a scenario like when the ball's sitting up on the rough a little bit. So if I had too low bounce, I could potentially go underneath it. and just sort of go underneath the ball and duff it. But because I've got the 54, so I've got a nice versatile setup in these SM9s, I can still play this shot and no, I'm not going to sort of duff it. So again, I'm just going to, it's quite a bit of loft for this shot. I've got a lot of green to work with. I just hit it a bit harder and land it further up the green. Again, it just looks so nice down at the ball. Okay, there we go. A little bit left of target, but I didn't go underneath it. I still managed to get it running out low and releasing down to the target. Yeah, first time out on the course, just hitting some little chip shots and bunker shots, I just feel amazing. And this brushed steel finish looks really good as well. It takes the glare off, so there's no glare on them at all. The chrome ones, you can potentially get a bit of glare from them, but the finish on the new chrome ones isn't really bright. So if you don't like any glare at all, go for a brushed steel or a raw black. But yeah, this finish looks great. Okay, so I'm now in the bunker, greenside bunker, and I'm quite excited about it because I get to use my 60-degree 4-bounce L-grind wedge, and this is just an amazing looking wedge. I love an ultra low bounce wedge, and that's what this is. For me, playing shots around the green and bunker shots with this is just so nice. It's got such a good feel to it. You can really slide the club underneath the ball and just get it launching up in the air. So I'm going to play one here. This again, my first bunker shot with this, so I'm looking forward to hitting it. Let's have a look and see what it can do. When you open the face up of this, it just looks so nice. Sometimes you open the face up, it looks like there's no loft, and it looks like you don't know how to put it down behind the ball. But with this, it just sits so nicely with the face slightly open. Okay, let's see if we can play one. Yeah. So I hit it a bit hard, went a bit long. It's just got that nice sound to it. I'm actually going to play another one. Just get another ball. Just going to play another one. Okay, the same thing again. Really try and use that bounce, see what that feels like. Yeah, that was better, so it came up a little bit higher, a little bit softer. It's just beautiful looking wedge and it just feels so good out the bunkers. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the new technology that's in this wedge. They've just enhanced the spin milled grooves, and what they've done is they've put some small micro grooves inside the groove, inside the big grooves, and they've also used a new cutting saw as well to cut them a bit more sharply and be a bit more precise with how they cut the grooves. The other thing they've worked on is centre of gravity locations. So basically they've done on what sort of wedge you've got in your hand, be it a lob wedge, sand wedge or a gap wedge. They've precisionally placed them to make them either more forgiving or maybe to give you more or less spin depending on what the wedge is or what sort of shot you're playing. That also changes based on the grinds you choose, so that's why it's important to get it fitted so that you know that your grinds, your lofts and everything match up to the sort of conditions that you're going to be playing in or the shots that you want to hit. So I found myself here again, got 100 yards in here, wind's blowing a little bit, so I'm going to play a nice little knockdown wedge. Or I could actually, because the wind's sort of down off the left a bit, I could play actually a full 54-degree wedge. And I haven't played a full shot yet with these, so I think I'm going to try and just play a full wedge straight into that flag at 100 yards. Bullish sand wedge. Yeah, that is right at it. Yeah, really nice. That's really pin high. The ball just flies off these wedge faces. It really does. It just pops up a little bit too. Really nice. Felt so good.